What's good, everyone? This is Dr. IJ welcoming you to a bonus episode of Two Dudes and a Chick, Trap Art Style. Thanks to our many supporters out there, we had a wonderful opportunity to attend the Trap Art Media event this past weekend. In this episode, you will hear some of the conversations that we had with some of the up-and-coming Bay Area artists who will be part of the Trap Art atmosphere. So please stay tuned, enjoy, and let us know what you think. Holla.
You see these helicopters think we thugs, we pimps and robbers, but we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters, but we are here to bring the truth. With that they have a problem, and we running from helicopters, helicopters, and we running from helicopters, helicopters, and we running from helicopters, helicopters, and we running from helicopters, helicopters.
Do better.
Do better, engineer.
Man.
Better. All right.
I got all of us, though.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we were.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we might have to ask Tahoe to come back and
It's
just.
not
Nah,
gonna happen.
man.
Yeah.
Nah, you busted. That's a bust now. Are you recording?
I'm recording,
All
man.
right.
Yeah, we good now.
Let's get started.
Oh, turn the mic on. Turn the mic on. Booyah.
There you
Hey.
go.
All right.
Hello.
Welcome. This Two Dudes and a Chick. It's your boy Priest D.
So we're gonna do the intro every time?
I was gonna say we don't need to do the intro every
Good.
time,
Just
man. Like
introduce our guest. It's good.
you ain't got to end it every time either, you know.
All right.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Hey guys.
Welcome back. We got a new guest. We got Asha.
Asha
in the
yes,
building.
Yes.
Asha, tell us a little about yourself. Where you from? What you do?
Yes, so I was born and raised in Westchester, New York. I've been living in the Bay for about 3 years now.
Okay.
Let's see, I have a company called HoneyChokers. That's what I'm here tonight vending. I've been doing trap art probably for about 3 years now.
Oh, so ever since you moved out here?
Yeah, ever since I
Okay.
moved out here. I got connected through trap art through someone who was doing trap art probably like a couple years before me, and they were selling, and I said, you know what, I want to do this too. And I just started doing my own thing, and I've been supporting trap art ever since. Yeah.
So what made you move from New York
The
to
weather.
the Bay?
The weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Were
feel
you
that.
born and raised out there?
I was born and raised out there. Yeah, I was born and raised there. I just could not take that winter anymore.
It gets cold.
It's cold.
And snowy.
It's so cold. It's so snowy. And then once I got to the age where I'm an adult, I'm like, I don't have snow days anymore. Like I can't go to work. And when snowing, it was just too much. And the Bay, I love the weather here. I love the people.
It's pretty perfect.
You picked the
out
right
here.
spot.
It is.
You picked the
yeah,
right spot.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
So how was that transition? Like, how did you feel about Bay Area people when you came out here versus New York people?
It's a little different.
It's very different. I feel like New Yorkers were very. I wasn't born and raised in New York City. I'll clarify that. So I grew up a little bit north of New York, but I would say New Yorkers in general are just very intense. Like it's a lot of hustle, go. So here, what I immediately found is it's just a lot more laid back. I think people are nicer. I just liked it a lot better.
So when you came here, you came by yourself? You just said, trick it, I'm going to just pack up and just come to the Bay. Why the Bay? I know the weather, but what made you say
Have
the
you been
Bay?
out here before?
Yeah. I used to come visit my aunt in college. So I had her out here. She was pretty much my home base, my connection. And yeah, I was able to stay with her, just figure out things out here. And then I just loved it after a while. My first year was like, oh, I don't know, but after a while I just really started to love it. Yeah.
You participating in the trap art event on the 26th?
Which one was that?
The one that's gonna be
San
in the
Francisco?
city. Yeah. Or are you traveling all over with them?
No, I haven't been anywhere out of state, but I did the SF ones a lot because I did live in SF. I just moved to Oakland like 3 weeks ago. I just moved to the lakes, so
How
I'm
you
super
like
excited.
being on the chocolate side of town?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. It's way better already. I think San Francisco is a little bit overrated, and Oakland's a lot underrated.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that very quickly, and I think I love downtown Oakland. I still have a lot to explore, all of Oakland in general. So.
That's dope.
Yeah, I love Oakland. I always say, to me, Oakland and San Francisco is like Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like they have that similar vibe. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how long have you been making jewelry?
That's what I was going to say. Let's talk about what you're here for.
Yeah. So I started making jewelry about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just always been drawn to creative things. I've always wanted to create. Both of my parents are musicians. So I didn't really gravitate toward music, but I knew I really, really love creativity. And initially, I really wanted to get into art, and I did draw for a while, but then I was like, oh, I want to do fashion, but I can't sew for shit, and it was going to take me like 100 years to learn how to sew, so I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So I started making jewelry, and I've been doing it for 2 years, and I love it. My online store is growing a lot.
You have,
What's your
online store?
Yeah, so it's etsy.com/shop/HoneyChokers.
Okay.
So if you go to Etsy and you just Google HoneyChokers.
It'll pop up. You make all pieces?
Yeah, I make women, men, kids. So when I first started making jewelry, it was initially for women, but my most top-selling pieces are for men.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Like what pieces?
Hold on,
Like
I'll say
what
break
kind?
that down.
Just
I
a
didn't know.
simple, like, gold tone chain.
Really?
Yeah, so my products are brass, but what I found out is there's a lot of fashion jewelry for women.
Right.
So, like, within the price range of maybe, like, 20, 40. But for men, it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So I sell men's jewelry, like, within a good price range, 30, 40, 50.
Say
so.
word. I seen
Yeah.
your jewelry. I didn't look. I wasn't gonna ask you about prices, but dang,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so...
And it ain't gonna turn my neck green, so... woo.
No. I promise you. I wear all my own stuff. I just saw a woman who I sold a piece like 6 months ago, and I was like, your necklace, like, no lie, not because I made this or anything, but like it looks shinier, like
Okay.
it looks nice, and she wears it like tight to her neck. It looks good.
Oh,
I'm
That's
gonna
dope.
definitely have to order some pieces. Like I
Yeah.
said, man,
Especially kids. I have a little girl.
Yeah, I
Oh,
gotta come
okay.
check
She's
them out.
all
Yeah.
about everything glamorous.
Yes, and I make custom sizes for kids. I do mommy and me, all that.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You got me
Do
there.
you know?
Yes.
Hold on.
She just won with
Hold on.
that.
I don't think you know. This is my wife right here. So I don't
I
think
got
you know.
guys covered.
No, I don't think you know how much.
I live for a good
Yeah,
mommy and me
I don't think you
moment.
just
Oh
know
my
how much you broke my
gosh.
pockets right now.
For real.
Every holiday,
sorry.
every event, they mommy and me, and then they add some mommy and me
I
jewelry.
already started
Oh.
buying our mommy and me outfits for the holidays and
Yes,
stuff.
I brought up.
Thank you for coming,
Christmas.
Sasha. You go ahead.
I gotta talk about my Christmas items now.
Okay, talk about your Christmas stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so
coming.
I wanna do a lot of mommy and me. I'm hoping that I could do a photo shoot for like kids and moms. So I have a
Listen.
lot more African inspired
If
jewelry.
you need some models, okay?
Yes, I will.
I'm just
Please
saying.
give me your card.
I will give you our
Yeah,
information, 'cause
yeah.
especially for little girls.
Yes.
She's really good.
Well,
Not
stop
trying to
by
plug
my-
my baby or anything.
He's like,
Nah,
oh,
yeah.
he's got
Okay.
the
She
story. Got
plugging
the
too.
I'm
story.
just saying.
Not to say she just been signed to an agency.
Oh my God.
We got a couple of things. Got a couple of things under our belt, but it's not about us. It's not about us and what our daughter is making money. It's about you and your jewelry right now.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm definitely gonna check it out for
Please
sure.
do. Please do.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything else? Give us your handle
Yeah,
one
how
more
can
time.
We'll
Yeah,
get-
so it's my Instagram is at HoneyChokers. My website is Etsy/shop/HoneyChokers. If you go to Etsy and just search HoneyChokers, it's right
Because
there.
you can message
what's up.
through Etsy
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, you can message me through Etsy, through Instagram, HoneyChokers all day.
The
I'm
jewelry,
excited.
I'm not gonna lie, the jewelry look mad expensive. To find out that is within my price range.
Yeah.
To find out that
I
my
didn't
wife
know
gonna
she was
break my
making nail
pockets.
Stuff,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
I'm
Come check it out.
check
I
it
got
That's
some
why I
nice
said-
stuff for you guys. I can make any custom size, so.
Yeah, I'm
oh
gonna have to
God.
come check it out.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
please do.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
Yeah, of
Listen,
course.
thank you for coming
you
by and
guys.
stopping by. We appreciate it. Once again, look her up and bye, everybody.
Yeah.
You see these helicopters stink with thugs and pimps and robbers, but we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters, but we are here to bring the truth. With that, they have a problem. And we running from helicopters, helicopters, and we running from helicopters,
Sure you
Are
recording?
you sure?
Are you sure we recording?
And they getting on me, man, because our first guest, I forgot to record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Is your mic on?
yeah.
Nah, you got
Nah,
hit the
not
switch.
hit the switch.
There you go.
Now we on.
Oh,
There we go,
yeah,
all right.
yeah, we definitely. Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We got Adisa in the building.
Yeah.
Adisa, tell us about yourself, man. Where you from? What you into? Why you here, baby?
I'm here. Every time TrapxArt, they hit me up, I try to come through, show my art, showcasing. They actually gave me my first platform to ever showcase my art.
Dope.
Dope.
what's
Yeah,
up.
that was like 2 years ago, so I've probably done like 4 shows.
Okay.
So anytime they hit me, I'm like, man, for sure. I probably sold my first art piece through TrapxArt.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah, so ever since then, I've been knowing it. My specialty, most people would say portraits. I love portraits, but as a painter, I try not to stay in that bubble
Okay.
because people will put you in that bubble.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? So it's up to you to kind of branch out and be like, all right, I'm gonna do something different. But I use acrylics and I just love painting. I've been doing other things, airbrushing. I taught myself how to airbrush.
Wow. Can you teach yourself how to paint all that? Are you self-taught all the way?
Not self-taught. I went to Academy of Art College in
Okay.
San
In
Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
Trust it. Truth, they showed me some, but that school is more about money.
Okay.
They not teachers, they're instructors.
Right,
okay.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Did you complete it?
nah, I had to go.
Y'all wasted
know
my
what?
money.
Hey.
Like, hey, I
I
ain't
can
gonna.
do this all by myself.
Man, and when the teachers is looking at you funny and just like, I said, oh no, I'm paying $120 a day for this?
Not a day.
120 a day? No, a day?
A day, bro.
How long was you there for?
About almost 2 years. And
You gave them a whole lot of money.
they wouldn't give you no supplies.
Dang.
Dang.
One project, I asked for a stapler. They looked at me like,
If you don't go to Staples and get your own stapler and give us our 125.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
time to
Like
go.
the whole vibe there. Like I was pretty young.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, like I was
Right,
fresh out of high school.
So you thought that this is what the route you were supposed to go?
Yeah,
Art
so-
school.
yeah.
You go to art school.
Yeah, so it's just like that wasn't it for me. So I'm glad I was there. I learned a lot about myself.
Okay.
Okay. Where you from, man?
Oakland.
Oakland. Born and raised?
Born and raised,
Town
but
bred, huh?
yeah. I traveled though, man. So it's just like I got some other cities and states under my wing.
Is that? Tell me where you get your inspiration from. Is it from traveling? Is it from seeing different things, being in different cultures?
It is, man. I moved down south for like my whole 20s, so about 12 years I was in ATL.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I learned a lot out there.
Yeah.
Strip clubs, huh?
Oh man, come on, man. No,
What's he learning from the strip club?
No, man,
You had to go there automatically.
Oh my
You can get a
gosh.
lot of creative juices
All
from
the
the
things
strip
you can
club.
talk
You
about
gonna
the
get
South.
some juices
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? You know,
I'm gonna say one thing. They make the best chicken.
hey, look,
I go to the strip club for the
I tried to
chicken.
tell her they got they got chicken, they got smoke lounges,
It's
barbershops, everything in there, and it's the best.
You gotta understand, the strip clubs in Atlanta is a culture.
Right.
So people out here, when you be like, you was at the strip club, they be like, ugh.
Yeah, they turn they.
Girls be like, ugh. I'm like, no, it's a culture. So that's where if the party or the club ain't jumping, the strip club is really jumping because it's boys and girls just like hanging out.
Right.
Club type vibe.
Yeah.
It's a club type vibe without the pressure.
Speaking of
Exactly.
strip clubs, she just recently went to the strip
My
club
first
for the
one.
first time.
Just recently.
Did you like it?
I did
She
it.
went out here. I said, you got to go down
There's
south.
a difference.
That's
Yeah,
how
that's
I
what-
told
There's a difference.
That's how I
That's
told her.
what he was saying.
I'm
It
like,
was
you
a
gotta
little-
go
It
there.
was a little awkward for me.
There's a difference.
You got to go there to see it.
I'm
Once
gonna
you
give
in
it
that
one more time
culture,
when we down south. So I'll
once
give
you in
it
that
one more
culture, it's a
go.
whole different ball game.
And not just that, like Atlanta is us. It's a lot of black people out there.
It's a lot of.
It's a lot of
black
black
people.
owned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Were you selling your art
Businesses.
out there?
I was selling my art. I was just mainly just living, man. I was
Yeah.
just enjoying my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like down south, like Atlanta, it's like coming from California. You know the Bay. You say you from the Bay, so you know Hayward, you know Oakland, you know San Jose.
Yeah.
So when you move out of state, you keep that same energy.
Yeah.
So
We do definitely have a Bay energy.
And they know.
And they know
they
it.
they
No.
know it. So when I moved to Atlanta, I was moving. I knew the East Side, I knew the West Side,
Yeah.
I knew Midtown, and
Yeah.
so some people from Atlanta, if you from the East Side, you stay in the East Side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when out of towners come out there, they moving, they shaking, they doing some of everything.
Hey, you feel like a city slicker out there. huh?
Oh,
Like,
hands down. And the cool part about it, people know you ain't from out there.
Yeah, yeah.
The first word that come out your mouth, they look at you like,
did
they
you
think we-
say hella?
Right,
They think
because
we
when you
hella
drop
proper.
hella, they know you from the
Yeah.
Bay.
And they think we hella proper. I be like, we're not proper.
We are a little
girl
bit.
told me, you sound white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that every time.
She
I go
hurt my
down south.
feelings. I was like, I'm from the hood.
I've
Don't you
gotten-
know I'm from Oakland?
I've gotten that all my life.
No,
all
you
my
proper.
life.
You proper. Like no, like you definitely proper. Like don't try to get in on our boat.
But you tend to like see their whole way of life, and you just gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so much different. Like
It's so
they
different.
talk, they talk so much different from us.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? So coming from out here, you might judge them,
Yeah.
but try not to judge them just because they don't talk the same as we talk. They like you know you just messed up that whole word, right? You say Christmas. We say Christmas around here.
Just let it go. Just let it ride.
Try it with me. Try it with me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
What made you want to come back after being out there?
I got old. Nah, it was just like the Bay is home. Like
Yeah.
I missed it.
It's
Like
no place like the Bay, bro.
I missed the water, I missed the bridges, I missed the people, and I felt like I've grown enough out there.
Right.
I didn't have no family out there.
Oh,
Oh
you went
yeah,
up there
then
solo,
you really
bolo?
grew.
Me and my best friend,
Just
like
let's go.
we was thugging it.
12 years.
Is he an artist too?
He was into music. He just passed like 2 years ago.
Oh man,
sorry.
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so we were just out there grinding it. Like, and that's the thing that I loved.
Yeah.
Like, it was just me and my bro from high school. Like, we were just like, yo, I say, I got an auntie that stay out there. I got the plug. Let's go. He was like, let's go.
That's dope.
That's all it was.
Man, so
Hey, to come back to your art, man, because I know that's what you're here for. I was looking at your IG, and the first thing that stuck out to me was that Biggie poster. And then I walked out there, and you got it out there.
Man,
Man,
that Biggie is so
hard,
nice,
Check
bro.
it out. I
It's
haven't-
nice.
Y'all
bro.
gotta go on this IG. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, say your IG real quick.
Adisa, ADISA_IO.
That decent, man. When y'all check it out, y'all definitely that Biggie post, that Biggie painting is gonna stick
nice.
out.
Thank you. I appreciate
Man, what was
it.
the inspiration? I know. Is Biggie one of your favorite rappers?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it-
Like I'm an '80s baby, so the '90s era music is
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
Everything
And
from rap to R&B.
How you feel about when folks say like being from the town, you ain't supposed to like Biggie?
They close-minded.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you really from the town, you around your real OGs.
Yeah.
Real OGs would tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? Open your mind, or they probably played something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like OGs for us, they played down south as in like UGK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for me, listening to the East Coast when that East Coast and West Coast was beef, you still did it. I was into Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I was into all of that.
I used to love Wu-Tang.
Come on now.
Great
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. So what brought that Biggie piece to life was that that lyric, I went from ashy to classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you see it, the bottom portrait is black and gray. He got the Raider beanie on, which is, that picture is so famous. So he has the Raider beanie on, a Raider sweater, and you could just tell like that was his grimy days. Like
Wait, hold on. I thought you said on the bottom is gray.
Yeah,
The bottom of your
the bottom of the portrait.
Of the portrait.
Hey, that's why I like talking to artists, man. Because when you break down your art, that's dope. So that's what represent the ashy part, and then but to the
You need to go look at it again.
Yeah, man.
Do you need to go look at it again?
I gotta look at it again, man. Hey, it's gonna have a whole different look now when I look at it. That's dope.
Go back to that line. I went from ashy to classy.
Yeah.
So when Big got money, he started flossing Coogee, Versace lenses. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the painting, he got the Coogee sweater, Versace's on. You have to have Big with the glasses on, man. Come on.
How long did it take you to draw that?
Man, that took so long. I went through every Big album.
Yeah, for real. Hey, do you when you painting, do you play like what's your what's your ritual behind the painting?
I tell people, music and art is like hand in hand.
Yeah.
Hand in hand. I mean, as far as for me, you know what I'm saying? Like once I get that one song and I'm like vibing, I could play that one song for 3 hours.
Over and over on repeat.
That's why I paint by myself.
Okay.
Because ain't nobody trying to play that one song
Right.
over and over. But
I do the same thing when I write. Like I'll find that one song that helps me think,
Get you in your groove.
and I just put it on loop.
Yep.
And next thing I know, 2-3 hours then pass. I'm like, man, I'm on the same same song, and sometimes I'll switch it, and sometimes I'll just keep riding it out because once I change the music, all of a sudden I lose.
that whole vibe is gone. That whole vibe. So it's like if I'm painting an artist, I tend to paint a lot of music artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I love music. I tell people if I could trade my talent, I would probably be a singer.
I'll be a singer too. Though. I always say that.
Cause I tell dudes, hey, I'm not gonna front. R&B is my. I am R&B dude.
Hey, I got to piggyback on that. I'm an R&B thug, man. We probably cousins.
There you go. There you go. Like, man, I used to love all the old school R&B, but if I'm doing an artist, I'll probably find like that one album that I truly love and just, you know what I'm saying, just vibe it out with them. So it's almost like you there with them. So, you know what I'm saying? You just going through the motions with them.
That's dope.
That's beautiful.
So if somebody wants to get some work done, they can just contact you through your IG.
Yeah.
Slide in your DMs.
Definitely. I don't have a website up as of yet.
IG is just as good as a website nowadays.
I say so too.
It absolutely
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
For real though.
That's like,
For real.
Yeah.
Even if you had a website, I'm gonna still go to
I'm
your
still
IG.
going to go to your IG. I'm still going to slide through your DMs.
Yeah.
Direct contact.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's all good. Okay.
So I got one more question. Where are you selling it now? Or do you set up anywhere up in Oakland and sell, or are you just strictly internet sales? and
Strictly
content?
internet sales. Actually, right now, I told myself this year I wouldn't do any in commission work because I'm trying to get out my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like I could paint for other people forever, and I'll still have things that I want to do, and it'll be just stuck in a back burner somewhere.
Right.
So this whole year, I told myself I'm gonna try to finish at least 14 paintings finished.
Beautiful.
By 2019.
How many
do you have?
Yeah.
I got like 6.
Okay.
Okay.
I sold one.
Hey.
No, but
Congrats, though.
I tell
Congrats.
people that, like, man, like, I got so many ideas in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I have to get them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to get them out. So I tell people, like, bear with me. Like, next year I would definitely do in commission pieces, but right now I just can't do it.
I'm not mad
Well,
at
that's
that,
good.
man.
That's
Gotta
good
get
enough
it
for us,
out.
man. We gonna have to make sure we get them other 6 bought up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel me? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
taking the
for
time
coming by.
talking with
I
us.
appreciate the love. It was definitely fun.
And once again, man, you could say your handle one more time so people can look you up.
It's Adisa, ADISA _AYO.
There you-
And both of my actual real names.
Okay, there you go, man. Check it out, man. I need you to support this young black brother, man. Support local talent. And we out, man. We'll be back with another guest.
Yes, sir.
You see these helicopters stink with thugs and pimps and robbers, but we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters, but we are here to bring the truth with that they have a problem. And we
I feel like we just all upgraded with this wine, you feel me? Like we did upgraded all the...
Man, I seen people walk around. I'm like, free wine? Okay.
Hey, I seen the Hennessy bottle. I was like, free Henny too? And then I seen that price next to it.
You got
Don't get too happy. Don't get too excited.
Your headphones and your, whenever you're ready.
Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just reverse it.
Or if you want to, you can probably balance it. It's all good. So we back on the mic. We welcome in Jamar. Jamar, what's good with you, man?
How you living, man? I'm blessed.
Man, tell us about yourself, what you got going on, why you here.
Oh, yeah, of course. My name is Jamar Ernest. I'm the founder of DRIPS. It means Dreams Revealed in Purpose and Struggle.
Okay.
Tagline, Dream Different, as we always should do.
Yeah.
And then I'm also a part store owner of Innovative Behavior, located in BayFair Shopping Center right now,
dope.
where we hold local Bay Area brands, as well as being a
Really?
custom printing shop, allowing creatives to grow and expand and, you know, really giving back to our people in a very different way. You know what I'm saying?
Man, sound like we might got our T-shirt.
Right, y'all
Man.
Hey, man, talk to me. I'm telling you, we
Man.
get it done. And
Yes,
we get it done
man.
right. I
Hey, we
promise.
were just talking about that. That's the reason why we up in here.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, where you from, man?
I am from San Mateo, California.
Okay.
I've been living in Oakland
Mateo.
basically. Yeah, man, Mateo all day. I've been living in Oakland basically all my life. I've been actually traveling from Oakland to San Mateo to go to school all my life, just to get, my parents want me to be in a better school system and stuff like that.
Right.
And then I transitioned to going to college, but I went to HBCU
Okay.
Where'd
called
you go?
Lincoln University. It's actually a first historically black college and university in the
pledged? United
States. Yes, I did. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, new chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? Different level out here, you feel me? But yeah,
Hey,
man.
what you go to school for?
I went to school for strategic communications, and I minored in Black Studies.
Okay.
And honestly and truly, that drive and momentum in terms of school setting has honestly been the catalyst to my brand and my line and everything that I'm doing today. So it's a blessing to go through that. And also, I always mention my school and everything that I do because it honestly has been a transition over to everything I'm doing today.
Now, tell me
Yeah.
where Lincoln at, man, because that's not one of the more...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Lincoln's a very common name. So Lincoln University is in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We actually got our own area code and everything. So Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, man. Yeah, you can look it up. First historically black college and university. Yeah, man.
How far out of Philly is it?
About 30 minutes.
Oh, so you right.
Yeah, I actually came back from out there last week over a little event that I was doing out there for my school because I did our cheerleading team, their whole clothing line for this upcoming season for them. I just did that.
For the cheerleaders, bro?
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Boy, shake your hand and kissing babies.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
Hey, we looking at the next FUBU right here. I'm trying to tell you. Come on now. Hey, we better get our grips attire now. You feel me?
Yeah, we're trying to do a little bit of everything right now, man, and really trying to give back to my people. $100,000.
That's dope.
what's up,
Yeah.
man.
Man, it's crazy speaking of HBC because that's all she be talking about. She want my son to go to is HBC.
Yeah,
He 11 years old. She pumping in his head.
I only
going hard.
recommend it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm blessed and fortunate to have kids, that's what's gonna be stuck in their
It's
head.
just so hard because we not around black folks like that out here.
No.
And so they don't even know.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly.
why I'm pumping it in his head now because he don't have a clue what's
Yeah, she went
outside
to
of
a HBC.
California. Don't even have a clue. And I just want him to be able just to experience that. And then if he decides to, well, no, he's not gonna stay away. That's just not gonna happen. He's gonna have to come back home, get your little experience in, and then come on back home.
He gonna get turned out, man. He gonna be
gonna get
around
a
all them
wife.
black women. He gonna be
I'm
like,
telling you, it's like
Get a wife from the East Coast.
you gotta think about it. Like the closest HBCU right now is in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Called Langston University.
Yeah, we know all about Langston.
That's a long ways away. You know what I'm saying? So us, especially in the Bay Area, even LA, We don't have nothing like that.
West Coast period. Like,
West Coast period don't have nothing like that. And so you go out to the East Coast and whatnot, in the South and whatever the case may be, and it's a different type of vibe. It's a different type of black people.
It is.
You talk about diversity in these PWIs and stuff like that.
It's diversity there.
I've never seen more diverse black people in my life.
Yes.
You got Jamaican, you got African, you got people that's from London.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's coming
but
to
even
our...
but even to the point where it's like New York, Atlanta, California, they're all different.
All different. Yeah.
We all different. We do things different, but you learn from each other. You appreciate each other a little bit more. When you look at each other every day and you look at somebody that's grinding, like I'm looking at y'all grinding.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna do tomorrow morning is how I'm gonna get this next interview.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna do something next, but it's the inspiration that's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what HBCUs do to you, because your son, when he grow up, unfortunately, the environment that he's in, he's gonna be in a school that's not gonna teach him about himself.
No.
So
especially where we at, dog.
It ain't even nobody in there.
You heard of El Grove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I look at it like this: you try so hard to get like a nice house, but unfortunately,
you sacrifice your
being around your people.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all three of us from Vallejo.
Okay.
And then all three of us ended up in El Grove, coincidentally.
Which I never thought would happen.
Wow.
Never. I used to look at
bruh.
Sacramento, El Grove, like, and I
Never.
would never move out there
Like,
with them
I
square
can't
niggas.
believe my kids are gonna be like, I'm from Sacramento.
And my plan the whole time was to move out this way towards the town, and ended up moving in the whole opposite direction. Like, how did that happen?
Once your coins, you start
You
counting
see what
that up
you
and
can
see what
get.
you can get. You like, I can get a
real.
mansion out
That's
there
exactly what
compared
it is.
to
Hey, that's exactly
being
what it
in
is.
the
You
town.
like,
No, that's real though.
But
That's
to go
real.
back what I was saying, like, I'm always self-conscious that, you know, we grew up around nothing but blacks and Filipinos in Vallejo, strictly. And then to have my son be in a class where it's only like 2 black people in his
I
whole
don't even know
class.
there's that many.
I hate that. Like,
Right.
I hate the fact
the
that my
fact
son...
that he got a black teacher is
Oh, yeah.
shocking.
That's dope.
Shocking.
But
It's
and she
shocking.
went to a HBC.
And she's a Delta.
But it's when they have to change their curriculum
Yes.
that they're still back in that setting as if it was.
Yes.
But hear me out on this.
You know what I'm saying?
From 2nd grade to 5th grade, he was in an all-black school in El Grove, like a little charter. I seen that, was like, put him in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
That's
need
significant, though, for him.
He need to be around his people. Like,
That's significant. That's very significant for him.
Yeah,
You
so-
know what I'm saying? And that's even going back to like even what my brand means. When I say dreams revealed in purpose and struggle, you know what I'm saying? These kids are dreaming. You know what I'm saying? When you ask a kid, what do you want to be in life?
Right.
They dream about that every time.
Yeah.
Every time you ask them, it might be a different answer every time.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing about our dreams when we go to sleep at night. The dream you had last night, the dream you had last night, the dream you had last night, none the same.
So
You
tell
know
me
what I'm
about
saying?
that a little bit more, man. Like, dreams revealed in purpose and struggle. Like,
No, it's a
how
dope
did
shirt, too.
How did you even get to that? I know his shirt and the earphones. I'm like, this nigga over here.
I might have to hand over my phone to get a picture. Oh.
Hey, I was over here like, this nigga over here.
he brought his own headset.
Lend it here.
When I put them on, I said, did they know I was coming?
That's exactly. I'm saying, look, hey, with the orange too. I'm like, man, he killing it all the way around with the
Yeah.
bandana.
But I mean, my line really comes from life in general. I'm 24 years old, and life for anybody goes through their own trials and tribulations and everything that they do.
Yeah.
But for me personally, well, how I think about it, when you say dreams revealed in purpose and struggle, is like when you dream about something, when you want something in life, you would never get it unless you have purpose to go get it,
Yep.
unless you struggle for it. You have to appreciate the struggle.
Yeah.
You
We
have
was
to.
just talking about that
You know what
on
I'm
the way up
saying?
here.
You have to,
Speak on
you
it.
have to love it. You know what I'm saying? I go through things every single day outside of the things that I do.
Yeah.
But that's what's making me. That's what's molding me. That's what's making me a better man, a better person for what's coming up next. Because you never know what's coming up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We've had dreams that felt like deja vu before. So that's the reality I'm trying to live in. I'm dreaming about something, but hopefully when I wake up, it's deja vu. I'll go through that struggle until I feel it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I embody. So it always goes to the standpoint of when it comes to clothes, I only put out a certain amount of everything. Everything I put out, it might be a t-shirt I put out. I might put out 3 of each size. You know what I'm saying?
Got a one coming back.
It sells all out. I will never make that t-shirt again.
Wow.
Why? Because just like your dream, why should you look like somebody else? Why should you dream like somebody else?
Have your own.
And that pushes me as a clothing brand because I'm still starting off. I'm not big. I'm not Supreme or none of them. So it's like
they gotta keep on evolving and keep
I put
on.
out something dope. Everybody buy it, sell out in a day. That puts me on my toes. I gotta be better. I gotta be better than I was yesterday.
Gotta be better than your last shirt.
Yeah, I can't sit on the greatness that everybody else looks at because I see greatness in something else that's in the future, and that's how everybody is.
Right.
Well, everybody should be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a thought process of where y'all want y'all podcast to go, where y'all want this to go, right? So y'all not here for no reason right now.
Exactly.
If this not gonna get you nowhere, you wouldn't be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's vice versa with me. So with that being said, Drips even means that because I'm here, you're here. Because you're here, I'm here. I collaborate. You know what I'm saying? I want to make somebody else's dream look a little bigger outside of clothes. Outside of all that other stuff that I personally do, what you do is important to me too. You know what I'm saying?
I want to stop you
He
real
preaching.
quick. 'Cause I'm
He
like,
over here.
I'm 36. I'm an OG compared to you, 24.
Yeah.
No way in hell I'm
He
talking like
over
that
here.
at 24.
He over here
I was
killing
just
it.
engaged.
It's real though.
Hey, I didn't even know what to say. I'm just looking at him like, damn.
I'm like, hey, the only other question I have for you is, do you discriminate?
people?
No, I was gonna say, do you discriminate against the big people? Like you making big men sizes, or are you still on the small man sizes? Like,
My man wants a custom shirt
better-
over here.
I'm already knowing. And I got you.
He put a drip daishiki. You know he African. He Nigerian. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey, and I'm rocking with it. Nah, I do not discriminate, man. I started at my stuff goes all the way. It started as going up to 2X. It just started going up to 3X.
Look at that.
Now I'm moving it up to 5X right
Hello.
now. So you know
hello,
what I'm
you in
saying?
my
do it?
hey,
Of
you in my
course.
territory? Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah, I try to
You know, we in the bank. We got some big
Do
brothers
you do
out here.
kids?
100 grand. Yeah, kids too. I'm trying to every aspect has their own collection. So women's collection is called Queen Drips and whatnot.
I like it.
The men's collection is everything is drips. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's regular drip t-shirt, but consistently men is called Humble Savage, which means humble enough to struggle, savage enough to succeed. That's what that means. And then everything has a
Over
meaning.
here.
So what inspires you to with the different designs and stuff? Like how do you come up, since you have to come up with so many, since you only put out an X amount?
Yeah.
How do you
Right.
keep coming with fresh looks?
That's a great question because I haven't really got that far in my process of thinking yet. I mean, to be honest, how I design, I'll get something, right? It might be a blank t-shirt in front of me, but I'm strategically I'll take the risk of making terrible shirts until I get to that perfect one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm putting that run out or whatnot. So what's really inspiring me is the process of creating, you know, because the process of creating is the same process as what we go through every day. I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even with this, even with clothes, it's like I need to have it in front of me for me to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not just, a shirt with drips in red, black t-shirt, dope. Nah, when I get that drips in that black t-shirt, I'm changing it around, moving it around. I might do a different font because I press everything myself.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I do there's no outsourcing with me.
Right.
It's all
know,
you.
It's
in
all
house.
me. If you can't be the janitor of your stuff, you can't be a CEO.
Mm.
Period, point
I'm
blank.
taking that. I'm taking that.
Do it.
I'm taking
Please.
that.
You can't be the janitor of
Can't be
yourself.
the
You
CEO.
can't be the CEO.
And that's real talk. Like,
Wait,
man,
college educated.
Right.
that's real talk.
Write that down.
Write that
Like,
down,
yeah,
your memo.
yeah, exactly.
You gotta learn how to struggle to succeed. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
So it's like that process is molding me not just for that piece, but for the next piece. I'm getting better. I'm
Yep.
learning. I'm educating myself.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that I do, if I'm not learning something from it, as well as inspiring, then I might as well not do it. And that's what keeps me on my toes. That's what keeps me doing what I'm trying to do, and whatever the case may be. So, I mean, it's just an overall blessing and whatever and whatnot. So, I'm just inspired by life right now and by the struggle right now. Like, everything not all fine and dandy in life, but
Right.
you know, it feels good. It feels like it's how it's supposed to feel at the end of the day.
How long
That's
have you
bro.
been involved with the trap art?
Trap art, I got involved with trap art a month after I started my clothing line. So it's been about a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I started my clothing line a year. When I started my clothing line, I started trap art, doing trap art. They've been nothing but amazing to me, inspiring me in various different ways. And then opening my store 3 months ago, and they allowed me to be at Trapathon with my store and stuff like that. Man, they just been amazing.
Well, let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can find my store where it has my brand and all these beautiful local Bay Area brands, as well as being a custom printing shop if you want something customized at 15555 East 14th Street, San Leandro, California at BayFair Shopping Center. And then Drips is, you can find me at drips.site. That's the website, but that's also the Instagram as well.
Give
So
us what drips mean one more time.
dreams revealed in purpose and struggle.
Man, I just want to
I
say,
really
man.
like your energy. You got
I was just gonna say,
energy.
man, at
Love it.
24, dude,
You gonna
I
get a
see
phone
you
You are
blowing
gonna
up,
go
man. Like,
so
I promise.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
you
it.
gonna
I'm
get
not
another
even
phone
trying to
call
gas
from us,
you
brother.
up.
We need you.
Understand?
We need you for a full hour. Yeah.
I'm all with it anytime, man. I'm with everything going on. I mean, I appreciate y'all. Any way I can support y'all, even
Yes.
after this, exchange information, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, grow each other. That's what I'm about.
like
so
it.
let's
I
do
love
it.
it, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
love
appreciate
it.
y'all.
Thank you so much
We
for your
appreciate you,
time.
man.
Yeah, I
All right,
appreciate
one more
y'all.
time, check them out, man. Follow the drip.
Yeah,
Follow the
Follow
drip.
yeah.
Peace.
You see these helicopters think we thugs, we pimps, we robbers. But we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters. But we are here to bring the truth.
Is it
with
on?
that they have a problem.
It's not on.
Running from helicopters.
Check.
There you go.
There we go. Good.
There you go.
Recording?
Yeah, we were good.
We gotta make sure our first one was kind of dope, and he didn't hit the record button. So now we gotta double check. Are you recording?
And they gotta make sure to tell everybody they come in here. You know what I mean?
Nah, because I'm like, are you recording?
It
Especially
was
with
an honest
this one
mistake.
here.
Yeah, it was an honest mistake. You know what I mean?
All right, so welcome back. We got Jesse and Amina, right?
Yes.
The owners of Trap Art.
Founders.
The founders. First of all, I want to say thank you for even having us here.
For
in
real.
Trap
Thanks
Art.
for being here.
What's crazy is I always wanted to come here, but I was like, man, we in Elk Grove. We're from Vallejo, all three of us.
Okay.
And coincidentally, we're all in Elk Grove and live around the corner from each other.
Oh,
Went to
wow.
high school and everything together. So it was meant to be, and I just want to say I appreciate y'all for
Yes.
having us here.
Thank you.
I want
We,
to get that out
we
the
gotta
way.
come to the official.
Yeah, come to a real event.
Yeah. Now that we done got a little taste, I'm like, we gotta come back and see what it really.
One more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun, man. This is our first time having guests on our podcast.
Yes.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so we
Okay.
usually podcast within the three of us. Picked up a little steam, and somebody heard it and told y'all about us. I'm sorry, told y'all about us, and then now we here.
Somebody don't need no more wine.
Number one.
But it's dope. So tell us, how did this all even come about?
So we've been. Am I good? Okay.
We hear you loud and clear.
We've been doing events since 2011 together, and then in 2013, art just kind of walked in. I don't know, just kind of fused its way into our events. We watched a documentary on Basquiat on Netflix one night, and we just got super inspired. And we met a bunch of cool artists, and it just kind of organically happened after
Happened?
that. Yeah, it wasn't really deliberate.
So what were you guys doing before this? Like to take this leap of faith to have this business and just go. You guys all in, right? This is just what y'all do.
Oh
full
yeah,
time?
we've been doing this since 2011. Like we never had jobs.
Like
I mean,
this
this
is
is
it.
our job.
This is your livelihood right
Yeah.
here. Dope.
How
And
did,
y'all
tell
like-
me about that transition. Like,
Was it
what were you
scary?
doing before, and how did you like even
Right.
place yourself in position to do this?
So
I was interning at Atlantic Records in LA,
Okay.
and then she was in the Bay Area working at, or she wasn't working. She came to LA, then she started working at Nordstrom, doing retail. Then the interning in LA thing, that didn't work out, so I just moved back home, and then that's when I just decided we was living at our parents' house. And we just like, all right, let's just
Let's go.
yeah, let's go, let's just do it. And then I just told her like one day, like, when I wanted to do an event, like, let's just stop working, and then we just started doing events.
So you like jumped out on faith with him when he was like, let's just. How was that? Was that scary? Was that?
Yeah, it was a little scary, to say the least. But I don't know. Like he had like a plan. It wasn't just like
let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Right.
It was like he had a way that he wanted to do things, and I trust him. And I just felt like let's try it. I mean, what do we really have to lose? I mean, worst case scenario, you just
gotta get another
job. But like that never happened, thank God. So, yeah, I think just being creative and having faith in your ideas and being consistent, if things don't work out exactly the way you want to the first time, just continuing at it.
Yeah.
And that's just what we've done. And we've been able to do that. We have 3 kids now.
Beautiful
Wow.
kids.
Hold
I was looking at them.
on. You know what I was looking at while y'all both was talking? I just said to myself, if they got kids, they gotta have straight teeth. Cause y'all got like both of y'all got like the straightest teeth I ever seen in my life.
Your children are beautiful.
Thank you.
They're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I was doing a little IG stalking to see who we was working with.
I see. Okay.
You're so
IG
sweet.
stalking.
Thank you.
Hey Jesse, let me ask you something. Did you get any inspiration from interning that made you use that internship towards this business? Or was it just a straight bust? And you
I mean, honestly, it made me not like the idea of trying to be at like a record. So I wanted to be like an A&R, like be like Diddy or something. Like just think of like Diddy. Like Diddy worked. He worked for I forget whatever A&R Records, and then he turned that into Bad Boy. That's like what I wanted to do. But then when I got in there, I just started seeing like who's really running the things, and then the type of tasks that they would ask me to do, or like just the respect level. It wasn't a real respect. It was just like, oh, go get us some food, or go do this, go. And, it wasn't really. It was like, I'm trying to find artists. I'm trying to do that, but it was like, no, go answer the phone, and like, it just for me, it taught me like it was just like, all right, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to answer to somebody else. If I'm passionate about something, then I feel like, I should be the one doing it, not answering to somebody else. Yeah, exactly.
So what made you just go local and not go for the big fish?
I mean, we was in LA, and then I did events in the Bay Area before I went to LA. I'm from the Bay Area. So I did when I was in college, I was doing parties in the Bay, but not like for a living, but just to do them. But I learned some stuff in there, and so when I got back from LA, I went back to the Bay. It was time to leave LA. We were like, all right, this is time. It's time. We got to go home. And then we was at home, and it was like, all right, let's do it here.
How'd you guys come up with the TrapxArt name?
So when we were doing events before TrapxArt, we used to do events in a bunch of different markets. So we would do like, events that were like house electro music, like literally any type of party. We were just throwing all kind of parties, high school parties, college parties, like any sort of like network. We would just zone in on the network and like throw a party for them, right? So there was a point in time where like there was a genre of music called trap that's not like the trap that we're referring to now.
Right.
And it was like that like dubstep kind of mixture of electro. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that one, that transformer type sound. So that was popular in like 2012, for college students, like, a mixed crowd of college students. So we did a party called Trap Holiday, and it was not at all trap like we are now, right?
Right.
And so, but we had the name, and so we just did it. And that was back in 2012, and it was Trap Holiday, and it was a dope party. It came to be a nice turnout. So when we started incorporating the art, and we had already kind of had that name under our belt, we were like, well, this is kind of like trap art because it's like we're playing, you know, our music, it's our people, and it's their art. So
there you go. Another organic.
It just kind of worked, right? Yeah, it wasn't.
So
it wasn't
tell
deliberate.
me, I'm interested to know because y'all just did an event in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm interested to know like how y'all go from the Bay
to Toronto
to international. You know what I mean?
That
like,
is
like the next step after Toronto is like Mars. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out how we can get intergalactical. You know what I mean?
You guys are international.
I mean, social media is everything these days.
Yeah.
Like, you know, somebody from Toronto could be listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
So it's really with social media, it kind of it's easy to, I don't want to say easy, but it's more accessible to get into different markets, whether it's in Toronto, New York, Atlanta. You just got to know how to work your social media and you know, and make it work for you. And so, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, you know, there's artists everywhere. There's artists in Toronto. There's artists in Africa. There's artists out here. So we just try to connect with all the artists, and social media allows us to do that.
An artist is like any and everybody.
Artists, I feel like I'm an artist.
You know,
we feel like all artists. You guys are artists.
So that's just so dope about it because everybody can relate in some kind of way.
Exactly.
So nobody's excluded essentially. Like that's dope.
So how does the event change when y'all go from place to place, right? Because I imagine like
different cultures.
Like the way it is here ain't like it's gonna be in Detroit. You know what I mean? Like how does it change?
So I'll start with some of the answers. So I haven't been doing as much traveling because we have babies.
Right.
So I have gone to some of the out of town ones. So I'll answer for a little bit, and then he can definitely answer because he just had a crazy one in Detroit. But I know the ones out here definitely like you get that real party turn up vibe. Like people come to look at the art, people shop, people vent. But then at a certain point, like it's a party.
Yeah.
Like it's a real party.
We at the next one.
Yeah.
September 26th.
So that's like the Bay. Really Oakland. Oakland is. I mean, San Francisco is where we started it, but Oakland is our home. We're both from Oakland, so Oakland is a real turn up city. LA is also, you get a lot of those vibes. But some of the other places around the country, maybe they don't get it, or like I don't know. So when they come, it's kind of more of like a calm, like, you know, they come and they look at the art and they drink a little bit. Yeah, like some people are dancing, you know. It's still really dope, but it's not that
Bay. Yeah.
But Detroit.
Hey, she had the hand over the mic.
Hey, did Trick try to come at you?
Hey, I just watched the Aretha Franklin funeral the other day, and that was something like.
She from Detroit?
Yeah, they had it in Detroit, so that was something like it, you know.
Yeah, Detroit and the Bay I feel like they so similar.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because Detroit, people look at Detroit and they feel like they forgotten. They feel like, you know, nobody wants to. They feel like they get such a bad rap on their name, like, oh, don't go to Detroit, it's dangerous, or, you know, that's how Oakland is, or Sac, you know, don't go there. And so, but they just got a real, I don't know what it is, but cities like Detroit, Oakland, most similar. They just feel like it's like an underdog type city type feel, and that's how they respond.
You know, historically, both cities have had big industry, and then big industry left. You know what I mean? So like East Oakland used to have a lot of big companies. They used to employ black people,
right?
And then they left. Same thing with Detroit.
Right. The war and port and all that.
Hold on. I want to know about Detroit. What happened? What happened in Detroit?
I mean, it's just the energy, just like the turn up, like. So how she was saying, like sometimes in other cities, like, you know, people come look at the art, you know, groove a little bit, but it's more so like, oh, this is some dope art. This is, you know, let's network, let's dance a little bit. But Detroit, but no,
keep it cute.
But Detroit, they, you know, I mean, girls is naked, and it's just a different, like, I mean, it's just a different type. Is that how Oakland is too? It's not PG, but that's how it is. Like, you know, everybody just.
And we having the next podcast in Detroit.
it's just a different. It's just everybody letting loose. Like there's no
next level.
Yeah, it's not PG. It's not PG-13. It's it's just we just having fun.
I was watching the snaps from home,
Oh, man.
and I was
Why
like,
we were
oh,
watching?
okay. They're having a good time, a good old time.
She like, you ain't going alone no more. I'll be right there with you.
Hey, see, this is my wife right here. So
Okay,
if I
yeah.
went to Detroit, she'd be like, I'm coming too.
Yes, we all going to Detroit.
And I got one more question because I know we
gotta let y'all go.
people
Yeah.
tapping on the window like, man, y'all, what's up? So appreciate y'all coming by. But what advice do y'all have? Because we new up and coming podcast, and somebody heard us, tapped y'all on the shoulder, and once again, we appreciate y'all for inviting us. What advice would you have for new up and coming podcasters like us to get our name so we can be in Toronto?
Or just artists in general, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just kind of taking opportunities, like just being everywhere, like talking to everybody. You never know, who's in what position,
Right.
And I just feel like the more aggressive people are, just being out there and just being everywhere, talking to everybody, having all kind of just experiences, I feel like, and staying consistent. So if you do 40 podcasts and you have like 4 listeners, like do 41, like just keep going, you know what I mean? Like eventually just do it, just stay passionate about it. Like don't just make it like, oh, we gotta do another recording, or like,
Right.
make it something that you guys actually have a good time doing.
That's
Man,
dope.
we
I was about to say,
got
you can't
ours.
tell.
Yeah, we got ours. We got a tap on the shoulder for Trap Hearts. We like, oh, we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
Well, how can people find the upcoming events so they can come through?
TrapxArt.com, TrapxArt.com, TrapxArt on Instagram. Those are our 2 main places where people can find us.
All right, for sure. Well, thank you guys so
Appreciate
much.
y'all
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Appreciate y'all.
It's an honor to be here.
Oh man,
Yes.
appreciate y'all coming through.
Great things for you guys.
Yeah.
It's dope. You guys are bigger and bigger and bigger.
Appreciate
and
you
we
guys.
will be at
Thanks
that
for having
September
us.
event.
You see these helicopters stink with thugs, we pimps, we robbers. But we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters. But we are here to bring the truth with that they have a problem.
Hey, I go by Pre-C. My name is Brandon. I go by Pre-C. Tiffany, her government. This is Dr. IJ, real doctor. Okay.
That's the IJ real
Yeah, we all got aliases except for her.
Yeah, it is, but you're a real doctor. I just like throwing it out there.
Yeah, they be trying to.
I'm going to come up with one.
It's too late.
Hey,
Too late.
just flip your microphone on.
I can come up with one.
You recording?
We good.
Have you ever recorded a podcast and didn't record it?
No.
We got the doc over here with the engineer. He did it two times.
Twice,
But
that's all, just
You ain't
twice.
struck
Today?
out. We still good.
No.
Nah.
One today.
Once today.
Yes.
Once today, and
With
then
King
our first.
They
Tahoe.
still need to let everybody know.
I'm just saying.
Nah, because we hit them up like you want.
Podcast.
No, but yeah,
All right, hold on. Let me-
that's the first thing I do is
Press
make
record,
sure
right?
that red light.
Now, see, what I did was I recorded the 3 of us, but forgot to turn in the record on that mic. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So it's a simple.
See, yeah, that's different. The way y'all made it seem, you put him on blast, like he didn't even forget.
Yeah.
Like,
So our first podcast, dope.
I recorded it.
Then he erased it.
I just didn't save it.
okay, I did that though.
Okay.
Okay.
I done that where I closed the window. I was like, oh no, don't save. I already saved it, and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't.
That's
save it.
exactly what I did.
Okay.
Because I closed the window, then he was like, hey, send that to me. I opened the window back up.
Oh,
and
it's gone just like that.
Yeah.
the crazy thing, the file was there, but there was no sound on it. I
Oh.
was like, yeah. So
All right, we gotta get into it because we only
Oh,
got
yeah.
3
Yeah,
minutes. All right, so welcome back. We got DeRa at Stay Woke Podcast. Man, tell us what your podcast is about, man.
Well, the podcast, it kind of evolved and grown to being more, but it started out with just talking about music, basically breaking down albums. The podcast was a transition from the Sonic Breakdown. I started writing album reviews. The first album review I wrote was To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick because I felt like re-inspired in hip-hop. I felt it was missing something, and then that album, the sonic properties, the jazz influence, the funk, sparked something in me, and then I started writing about that, and then I was doing these writings and reviews, and I was like, man, let's transition this into an audio aspect of it and convert it into a podcast.
Dope.
And that's what it transitioned into. And then moving past that, social things started happening, and I was like, I got to speak on it. So it evolved into just really a platform to speak and give other people to speak, particularly artists. We do a lot of interviews with artists and breaking down that the creative aspect of it, how they get in that creative zone, what gets them there, what inspires them,
Right.
and how they get inspired, how they stay inspired, things of that nature.
How long you been doing it for?
2 years for the podcast, 3 years if you count the website, thesonicbreakdown.com as well.
That's dope. Was you into like journalism or anything prior to that? Or you just woke up one day and said, you know what, I need to speak on this Pimp a Butterfly?
Really, me and my friend Matt, F and Matty, he's been on the Stay Woke podcast before. We just started talking about To Pimp a Butterfly, and like I said, I just felt like we had a different approach about it. Yeah, he had a different. We had a different approach about how we were talking about it, and when I talked about other people that like music, it still was different. So we just felt like we had something, and put it out there and see if other people felt it too. And
Cool.
So,
just
man,
what about you guys?
Similar, same thing, man.
Similar.
We this is my boy. We coincidentally went to high school together, grew up together
went
from
to
elementary from the
school,
6th grade
high school,
to high school and
So
everything.
y'all brothers, y'all not friends no
Nah,
more.
P gang though, P gang though.
You gotta hear the whole story.
So look, we grew up together. We used to be cool, like, you know, it's my dog, what's
Yeah.
up, see each other in the streets, but, you know each other, pass and all that.
It wasn't
If we
like
see him at a
hanging out and
game, we'd
stuff.
chill for
Got
a
you,
second.
got you.
So fast forward, here we are, grown men now. I'm buying a house.
19 years later.
mind you, bro, I haven't seen him since '99.
I'm walking out the model house that I'm about to buy. I'm walking down the street. We in Elk Grove. We all from Vallejo.
Okay, gotcha.
So we
gotcha.
all from Vallejo. I'm walking out the Elk Grove, and I hear B. I was like, don't nobody know me out here. I turn around and it's a Doc. I'm like, yo, what up? He's like, what you doing? I'm about to buy this house. Coincidentally, we neighbors.
Yeah.
So the whole transition of both our
So we
houses
just
getting
been-
built and
We just been
everything.
rocking ever since, bro.
Yes, now we like tight.
we-
Now we like brothers.
Like we closed, on our houses like a month, apart from each other.
That's crazy how life works like that.
Man.
I mean, just that moment of us passing from one house to another, because we wouldn't have seen him
Wouldn't have seen him, bro.
if that happened.
And so he at my house all the time, just bringing barbecue or chilling or kicking
We're
it.
married.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha,
we're
gotcha.
married.
You're
so,
like, well, where do I come in?
Gotcha.
so in that transition, we'd be at our house, just sitting around talking. It'd be 1 o'clock in the morning.
Just
We
3-hour
talking.
conversation.
And I was
Just-
like, we should just tape our
Record this.
conversations.
record it and throw it out there. And
I was
see,
like,
see
two
what people
dudes and a
do.
chick. Let's just do it.
I just showed up at the house one day with the podcast equipment. Like,
Yeah, we talked about it for 2 months.
And he's like this. All right, I'm gonna just make it happen.
This dude just do stuff out of nowhere. Like, I didn't tell you about that. Like, nah, you didn't tell me you hit the lottery. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he just came out of nowhere. Like, Wednesday, let's get started. We done talking about how we gonna do it, the format, whatever.
Now let's go.
hit record,
Yeah,
figure it out from there.
We've been talking about it long enough. Let's put words into action.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So we threw it out there, and then we've been getting good reviews. A lot of people coming through. So
And how long you said you've been doing it?
about
Maybe
month
a
and a
month and a
half.
half.
weeks, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Month and a half,
Wow.
yeah. So we
Wow.
threw
We're
it out
newbies.
there, and then we got a tap on the
we got
shoulder
good-
from
we
people
got
telling
good
Trap
feedback.
Art to come to our podcast, like a couple of people, and then they heard it, invited us, and
That's what's up, man.
now we're
That's-
here, yeah.
And that I wanted to ask you about that, bro. Like, you've been in the game longer than we've been in the game. Like, how has that growth process, getting the word out, like, how has that gone for you?
I'll say my experience is going to be different than yours.
Right.
And what I'll say with that is you already have a team. The fact that there's 3 people on it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? For me, one, I'm an introvert by nature, so that limits your network in itself.
Yeah.
But I still felt that I had something to contribute. So with me, having that small network and not being as open to going out in events like this is odd for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Really?
I never knew.
2 years
Yeah.
later, it still is?
Yeah, just because for me, again, the introvert aspect is I want to be in the background. And even when I started this podcast, it was under the intentions that I would get it in a position for somebody else to take the lead as the host. It was based out of necessity that I was doing it. It just, I felt like I had passion about the music, so I was like, that's something easy I can
It's
talk
easy
about.
to ask questions and lead them
Yeah.
on to what you want to know.
Exactly,
That
because
makes
I'm
sense.
coming from the perspective of I literally, I'm interested, wanting to know as the artist, what drives you? Those, and so that's lended it to being good at it in essence, and people vibing with it. But it doesn't also give me a lot of time to then do other things, like go out to events and doing that, because it takes a lot of time for editing process, promoting it, especially if you're that only one person doing it. So what I would say, your experience will probably be a lot more enjoyable because you have other people to bounce things off of. You have other people to take some of those responsibilities and the duties away, so that you can have more time to enjoy the things you do enjoy about it. That, as well as for me, is just being just consistent.
How often do you post?
Well, now I'm at the point where I post 3 times a week. But,
wow. You getting it in.
But I have my show, which is the Say Well podcast. And then under my network, the Say Well Podcast Network, we have Could You Be More Specific that comes out. But it's still all under the Say Well podcast. So that's... In that case, I edit 2 shows, and I then produce and edit my own show.
Wow.
So that's, and I'm hoping to keep on doing that and get more shows that under that belt, so I can then do the things that I enjoy more, which is the production aspect of it, and setting up the interviews. Yeah, setting up the interviews, getting the artists, and even formulating or helping formulate the questions so that we get the good content and get more in-depth questions.
But besides TrapxArt, have you ever been in other networks?
Yeah, I've been at other events and other.
How do they reach out to you to come
usually
on?
that's almost all of my experiences have been through somebody reaching out to me, or a
just
reference
from word of mouth.
Yeah, a lot of word of mouth.
Is this the biggest platform you've been on, TrapxArt?
Biggest,
one of the biggest.
I'll say one of the biggest platforms, but. Artist-wise, we've interviewed a lot of pretty
hitters.
Yeah.
Which one of y'all like?
Collaborate and GQ, I would say, are our 2 biggest interviews, and John Hart too.
Okay.
Wow. I gotta check you out, man.
I don't know who any of those people are.
I gotta check you out. She a mama. Like don't
no,
mind her.
We talked about this the other day. Her mama brain don't allow her to know certain things.
She's who's Young Thug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that lets you know. Like
You just gotta tell me what song they sing.
Nah. Even then, she was like, I don't know.
It's all good.
But yeah, but the fact that you guys are even here, the fact that you guys, that they approach you as well, that's saying you're doing something right, and
appreciate that.
I mean, that's amazing. Like I said, that means you're doing something right, and I would say continue doing what you're doing. It's on the right path. The only, I guess, advice that I always give to anybody that's coming into this game of podcasting is be consistent. Whatever you set your schedule to be,
if you say it's going, everybody say like just throw it out consistently.
Yeah, just throw it out. If you say you're gonna put it out on Friday, put it out on Friday. If you and people are understanding. Things happen, but if you can be as consistent as you can be,
consistency is key.
Yeah, consistency and have a valid view that you're coming from. Like for mine, when I started it, I didn't know what view or what perspective it was going to come from or how it was going to be, but you eventually grow into it. And to be honest, I didn't find out my groove,
your niche,
until after year 1.
Wow.
Because, I've been doing this for 3 years, but the first year we were so inconsistent because I didn't have the equipment. I was relying on other people, and I was like, boom, boom, boom. So that second year, I was like, all right, I'm really going to go at this. Like, I'm really going to try to make this happen and be consistent. So I bought all the equipment, just like you. And that's why, I understand when you, I was thinking about it, I was talking about, all right, forget it. No,
let's go.
Let's just go. I'm going to get the equipment so I can then make sure that I'm consistent. It's on me to determine when we're going to get this out, how we're going to get this out, and the content that is going to be out. And then you find ways to make it work within that.
Are you sponsored? Do you get any sponsors behind you?
We get sponsors, but it changes. Advertisers.
How does that work? They approach you too?
Yeah, there's. I'll tell you off air. There's certain ways, certain links and things that can help.
Do that limit what you can do or say once you get a sponsor? Okay.
No, well, that's up to you.
Okay.
Because you with the avenues that I'm talking about, you have the control. Right. All they do is help bring people to you. You don't have to take whatever they give you. Right. You know what I'm saying? You say, nah, your brand does not align with mine. I don't want to have you that.
All the time, because I know Joe Budden, he decided, I'm not taking nothing from nobody. You know what I mean? Just so he can continue to do what he wanted to do.
Be free.
Yeah, that's what my first year, because we weren't consistent, I didn't feel we were at a point to take any advertising money or like that, because I didn't feel like we had a strong enough following to even validate for me to feel comfortable. The second year when I was consistent for that full year, I was like, okay, now we can take advertising. But I wanted to, same thing as Joe Budden, I'm not going to just take anything. I want to make sure that you're aligning with my business or my values, or at the bare minimum, you're not doing anything that's going to degrade or hurt the community or the people that I care about.
I love it, man.
Because then I don't want to be a contributing factor to that.
That's what's up.
So, but with the avenues that I'm talking about, you have control over that. You say, they come to you, but you say, no, I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to do business with you. And you determine the rate at which you do it at. What you set your prices. You said how long you have control of the terms. Now, after you set those terms, they might not want them, but you were again are in control of those terms. You can adjust them how you feel.
Hey, it was meant for us.
Hey,
that's all I'm gonna say. It was meant for us to be
We're gonna be calling you.
my
So
new
how
brother,
we
D-Ray.
can you mentor us through this?
Plus, I gotta pick your brain about the network. I be telling him all
He's
the time.
gonna pick it.
I'm like, why just do a podcast when you can create a podcast network? You feel me? Because I'm noticing that's where folks is going. You feel me? There's a lot of opportunity, especially once you got the game. You know, we got the equipment. We figuring this stuff out. Somebody else want to do it. Like, why am I gonna just send you out there on your own? As opposed
Come
to
on
bringing you
our
under-
umbrella.
Exactly. And I can just give you all of the game, but also the added benefit.
We definitely got to talk. There's some things that we could work on, because that's very aligned with some of the things that I'm trying to do. It's just a matter of time management.
I'm gonna tell you,
there's only so much I can do in a day.
this is crazy, man. So there's this show. I know none of y'all ain't probably watched it, but it's called Brockmire. And basically, it's a white dude who starts a podcast, but it's a young brother that like is his engineer, his producer behind scene, and the young brother like basically not only is he doing the podcast, but he flipped the whole podcast into a network. You feel me? And it's like an underplot of the story, but when I seen that, I was like, okay, like
Levels.
Yeah, the light bulb went out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to.
So there's levels to this here podcast.
It's that Oprah Winfrey aha moment.
It was that Oprah Winfrey aha moment. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming to talk to us.
Thank you.
The podcast.
Yeah, thank you for spending. Hey, y'all tune in and stay woke, man. Check them out.
What days do you drop?
Hey, subscribe.
Tuesday,
to Stay
Thursday,
Woke.
and Friday.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
He giving you 3 days.
Subscribe to Stay Woke. Subscribe to Two Dudes and a Chick. 5 stars.
Definitely
is.
five
Leave a
stars.
review.
As Bomani Jones says, if you give us 4 stars,
You hate.
I'm gonna have to say you're a hater.
Hey, we just got started. He was so pissed when we got 4 stars. He's a hater.
We had like 10 5 stars, and one person gave us 4 stars. He was like, I want to know who that is.
messing up the whole curve.
I'm like, it's our first episode. Why would you give us 4 stars? Like,
Why not just wait?
we didn't do a 5-star first try.
Give us a chance.
Just wait. Just wait till you review. Just wait.
Like, I want 5 stars.
Hey, so once again, D-Ray, Stay Woke. Give them your handles.
For Instagram, it's Stay Woke Podcast with DeRa. You can also check out thesonicbreakdown.com. You can listen to the podcast through there. We're on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, basically any Google Play. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can find the Stay Woke Podcast.
Cool.
There you go. There you have it. Stay
Well,
woke.
thank you so
Also,
much.
one more thing. I gotta
Speak
plug.
on it,
I gotta
speak on
plug
it,
my
speak on
man.
it.
Could you be more specific? He has a great podcast that I produce. Could you be more specific? It's with Jonathan Steele. He talks about social, cultural issues. He's a real smart, deep brother, and he's very thoughtful. So anytime you hear content from him, he put a lot of thought into it. And
Could you
check
be
him out.
more specific?
Yep.
Cool.
There you go.
Well,
Stay
thank you
woke.
so much.
Thank you guys.
All right, no problem, man. Podcast to podcast. Networking.
Podcast love.
Podcast of young black brothers just trying to do our thing.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
See these helicopters stink with thugs and pimps and robbers. But we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters. But we are here to bring the truth with that day.
All right, so we
Running from hell.
Well, that was fun.
That was
Wait, no. Hold on. What was that, Tiff?
That was fun. I never said it wasn't gonna be fun.
She was hating
I
on the
just
idea.
said I had something to do.
She was like, why are we even going?
Yeah,
What's the
man.
whole point?
I need to know my information. I need to know what we doing.
Hey, this was fun.
Shout out to
as
TrapxArt.
hell.
Shout out to
For
TrapxArt.
having us here. It was super dope to
Yeah.
see all this. It was pretty inspiring.
Hell
was,
yeah, talking
bruh.
to people,
It
because
was.
you talking to people on the same level that's trying to do the same thing. Everybody's
Yeah.
trying to get to greatness.
It was. I'm gonna tell you though, our last guest, what was it, DeRa?
Yeah.
Like
The podcast guy?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
to me that was the most inspiring for us as a podcast because he came in here. You could tell he couldn't tell we only been doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he looking at us like I see y'all chemistry, like y'all hitting it out the park. You know what I mean? And it's just like to get that recognition from
Yeah.
somebody else in the
Like
game.
only a month and a half.
Right, man.
Yeah.
So
It was dope.
you know we just gotta remain.
We gotta just keep
consistent.
grinding, man. Like I said, keep
Consistency.
grinding, keep consistent, keep trying to build our following. The people that's following us, hey, we appreciate y'all, man, because I feel like we got a solid base that understand us. So if y'all keep following us, we're gonna keep trying to give it to y'all. Tell a friend, tell
we
your
gonna keep
grandma,
giving it to
tell
them
your
even if
uncle,
they don't follow
tell your
us.
auntie. No, I'm just saying though. Like I think we got a solid base, dog. Like the base that we got that's following us and is growing each week.
For real.
And that's the dope part, blood.
That is
to
dope.
just see people really tuning in to what we saying.
I just I gotta apologize again for the North Tahoe?
Not North Tahoe.
Hold on, we got guests coming in.
Oh, we got
yeah,
one
come
more?
on in, come on in.
Okay,
Come on
we
in.
about to shut it
Yeah.
down.
We
We
about to
got
shut
one
it down.
more.
We got one
Yeah.
more.
We got one more.
Yeah,
Hello.
what up? What up? What up?
You want to come in too? Come on
Let's get it.
in.
Let's get it.
Y'all just grab the microphone.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
As
yep.
soon as you see
Soon
no
as-
lead,
yeah.
come in.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead, hit the microphone, man.
There you go.
You can pull the chair up.
You might gotta scoot it up a little.
Yeah, you probably got to scoot it up and then hit the microphone on.
No, gotta turn it on. There you go.
Check.
Ooh,
Okay, yeah, we got you, man. Look at that.
Look at that. We was about to shut it down. Here you
Really?
come.
Yeah,
What's
we-
up?
yeah.
Hey, we was in the
Hey, we was in the wrap up crew, but hey, we
It's
ain't.
good.
Let's keep it pushing.
Came
Let's
right.
Right
keep
on
it
time.
pushing.
Right on time,
And we
man.
got somebody next. Hey, we ain't mad. We gonna keep it rolling till the wheels fall off. So I'm sorry I forgot you. I know your wife, BB.
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember her, but can you tell me your name again?
Yeah, my name is James Binder the Third.
James
Binder.
Binder, the
the
third.
You gonna have a
You gotta
fourth?
make
I'm
sure.
the third. I am gonna have a fourth.
Hey, there you go.
Hello.
Speak on it.
Keep it going.
I got
Hopefully have a fifth.
I got a second. I got a second, and I'm peer pressuring him now. You gonna have a third. When you have a
Have a
son,
third, my
now
man.
I'm in his head right now.
keep
You got to
that
keep
going.
this wheel going.
Yeah.
Facts.
So once again, our podcast is called Two Dudes and a Chick. I'm Priest D.
Hola.
I'm Tiffany. Hello.
I want to boycott saying my name since we're on the same.
Is it that bad?
Nah, but we introducing, dog. This is a formal
to him.
introduction.
He
Like,
doesn't know
Boycott it.
who we are.
I want another new
yeah,
name.
you know what I'm saying?
No, it's good.
He-
I thought he was reintroducing ourselves
Nah,
to the
to
podcast
him.
audience.
Come
I'm
on now,
like,
brother,
To
stay,
him.
pay attention.
I'm like,
pay
they
attention.
listen to the same
No, because you know why
podcast.
though? Because we've been having to go and get everybody. This is the first one. He
that's-
came
no,
knocking on the
that's
door.
true. That's
There
true.
you go.
Talking to the mic so
So,
the people can hear you.
So I'm Dr.
Facts.
IJ. I'm Dr. IJ, bro.
Doctor?
He's a real
Say
doctor.
that, say that one more time. Doctor what?
Dr. IJ.
IJ?
And like I've been telling everybody, he's a real doctor.
I'm a real
Put
doctor.
some
I
respect
appreciate
on his
that.
name.
Yeah, facts. Definitely. Can I just call you doctor?
Yeah,
For short.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's up, man? What bring you to Trap Art? Why you here? Tell us what you promoting, what's going on, where you from, your social, your last four. Give me everything. Give me everything.
All right, we're gonna have to slow down a little bit, but what brings me to Trap Art is basically, getting the image out there, getting melanated people back into museum spaces.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole thing is I do a lot of pop art, and pop art has died if you talk to art historians, etc. However, I feel like I need to bring it back. And I need to bring it back.
Break down
pop art. Yeah,
Yeah.
what is pop art?
For those of us that may not, I know.
Like me. No, see, you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a regular civilian.
I know.
All right, so we know who Andy Warhol is, right?
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
No?
No.
All right, well, Andy
I know who Picasso is.
You know Picasso?
There you
I'm
go.
not quite Picasso. He's very abstract when he comes to faces. But pop art is basically, it's things that a normal person will relate to.
Okay.
So Andy Warhol, he did a bunch of pieces on the Campbell soup can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
Okay.
about. Once you said that,
Yeah.
it just hit me. Okay.
Yeah, very, very, very relatable person, very relatable guy, very relatable images. And what I want to do is basically do the same thing, but for black people.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So a lot of my images are things that that we should all recognize. My latest pieces, I have Nike, I have Louis Vuitton, I have the Peanuts lining. Peanuts being the Charlie Brown
Yeah. I'm with
comic.
you. Are they black?
Yeah.
Are they white? Or you stick to the original? Like,
No. So what happens is I basically make, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like crazy, but I basically turn all the white characters melanated.
there you go. That's what made me ask. I caught that vibe
nice.
from you. I'm like,
Yeah,
hold on, it gotta be
all
black.
melanated.
It's
That's
all melanated,
nice.
man. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, I'm kind of putting a stand and taking back art. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In history, a lot of stuff was whitewashed, and I'm basically reversing that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that with a lot of the 50s and 60s comics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of my imagery comes from 50s, 60s comics, but I melanate them.
Where you
That's
from?
really nice.
I'm from Stockton, California.
Stockton.
In the hood.
My
We
dad
live out.
live on Hammer Lane.
Really?
Yes,
I
bruh.
do too.
Hammer Lane.
That's crazy. Yeah, I do too.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
So where you get your inspiration? What made you go back to like the 50s, 60s and grab characters
take it
from
back
there
so
opposed
far.
to like, cause you seem like what, a 90s baby?
I'm definitely a 90s baby.
See,
Yes.
see, I can tell you
Yeah.
look hella young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He
We
got that
80s
baby.
baby.
Yeah, he got that baby
We
face.
OGs.
Yeah.
Hey, we OGs up in here,
He
man. You know what I'm
got a
saying?
little gray in our, you know what I'm
There you
saying?
A little gray.
Nah, don't try to get on our team. Nah, you stick to your era. But what inspired you to go from like 60s instead of like the Batmans and the superheroes or the Ninja Turtles from the 90s?
Well, I mean, what inspired me was literally the imagery. I didn't see any black images in the 50s and 60s comics.
Yeah.
Except for, you know, Peanuts dropped a person named Lionel. No,
Right.
not Lionel.
Nah,
not Lionel. It was something else. But
know
they
what you're talking about,
yeah, they
though.
dropped
Yeah.
a black character.
They had a black character.
They did.
It's
Yeah, they
one.
did.
It's just one.
What
It's one, and that was in like the 60s or something like that.
What did he do?
He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do shit. Yeah.
He was in the background?
Nah, they just scribbled in another person like,
had
nigga,
no
this.
line?
Yeah, no.
He was on the
More
edge.
lines.
He was this little black kid moved to the neighborhood.
Right.
On the edge, like, he didn't have no special
Hey, they said we gotta have one token. Give him a token.
He didn't have a blanket. He didn't have a dog.
The
Nothing.
blanket.
Hey, that kind
It
of
was just
reminds me
there.
of South Park, how they got tokens.
Token.
Like,
Yeah.
He had no characteristics. Yeah.
So basically, yeah, that's, you know, I forgot the question.
Nah, I asked you like, what inspired you to hit that era
Go
versus
back so
the,
far.
covering the mic. Throw it out.
It was just the imagery. I just really, I vibed with the imagery a lot, you know?
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I use a lot of the 90s imagery as well. I use a lot of 90s X-Men not opposed, but I use a lot of like, I use Storm, a lot of the black characters from the 90s.
Right.
I don't use a lot of like Gambit and other
Yeah.
people that I may like. I really do like Gambit, Wolverine, like Carnage. I like all those guys, but it's just like I use the girl images and I want to melanate them. You
Make
know
them
what I mean?
thicker?
I want to keep it melanated.
Then you make them a little thicker. Just a hair.
It's funny, dog. It's funny you said that. I made a piece. It was with a lot of X-Men characters from the 90s, and my dad was like, it was a lot of like different races in there. I just didn't melanate everybody. I had a lot of everything in there. But my dad was like, man, you can't make none of the characters a little more thicker? A little more on the thick side, man? I
Throw
was
little
like,
hips up in there.
right. I was like, yeah, next time I got you. And so from that point on, yeah, I definitely
So you've been
accentuated everything.
you've been an artist all your life, or how'd you get into art?
Not my whole life, honestly. When I was younger, about 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, young, my grandmother told me that I would be an artist.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she spoke that into existence.
Grandmas know.
That.
Right.
Grandmas know, dog.
Grandmas know, man. But then, life got in the way. I took up football. I got a scholarship for football. I played college football for 4 years, and I went to Greenville College, or Greenville University now.
Okay.
But when I went there, it was Greenville College in Southern Illinois.
Okay.
So I did that 4 years. Enjoyed the football career, and when I was there, I took art classes. I took like 2 or 3 art classes.
Had you been drawing before though?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I always drew. Before that, I did graffiti. So when I was like a high school age and a little after high school age, I did a lot of graffiti.
So you was in like b-boy tagging and all that
junk? I go and do
hold on,
and everything.
what was your name, or is it still a secret to this day? 'Cause I know b-boys don't even like you got to be in the culture to recognize the names
work.
and the talents and all that junk.
That's facts. But my name was Botski, Botski. Obviously, I took a lot of influence from Basquiat.
Okay.
And it's not a secret no more because I don't do it.
I'm too grown to get arrested. I ain't about that life no more.
No, not at all.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah, so that's what kind of got me. That's what kind of got me back into the arts.
Yeah.
Was graffiti, and I picked up a can when I was in the 6th grade, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real crazy. And
Graffiti
then
is really dope.
yeah,
It is, man.
It's
It's
really
some
dope.
dope ass graffiti artists out there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where can we find, like, do you go to like local markets? Are you just strictly internet? Where could people find your art at?
People can find my art obviously on the internet.
Drop your handles.
Drop my handles on Instagram. You can find me at JB3Paints. You can find my online portfolio at ugawd.com. That's UGAWD.com. And you can find me on Etsy as well. For some reason, my name is not popping up on Etsy. So if you go onto my my website, go over a few of my last photos, you should see the website pop up. That's where you can find me online right now.
Do you do custom pieces, or do you just strictly do your own art?
I do custom pieces. I don't want to say I try to stay away from them, but it's not really
Your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You like to express your
Right.
own vision.
Depends on who asking you to do it.
right. That part.
Grandma actually,
You
I
I ain't got a choice.
gotta do it. What you want me to make it, Grandma?
Right.
What you want? You gotta
Right.
do it. Depends on who asks and is who gets the work.
So, if the money's right, I'll definitely do a custom piece. But if not,
If
Right.
not, then you go on the internet and
go
pick
on
out
my
what you
Etsy.
like.
You definitely go on my Etsy and find something.
All right,
what's
cool.
up.
All right,
Well,
like
thanks
I
for
said, man,
stopping
we
by.
appreciate you for stopping
it was
by.
Hey, we appreciate you for
Yeah.
catching us on that last
Yeah,
little.
that last
the
one.
last
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
huh?
I mean,
Good luck.
it's somebody else that we can squeeze in.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you for coming to us. Like,
Oh,
you know,
of
I know I
course.
tapped you on the shoulder and
Yeah.
asked you to swing through, but to just follow up, man, we appreciate
Yeah, we
that.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It's my pleasure, guys. This is like my first time having something of this caliber. So.
Ours too.
Ours
Yeah.
too.
I appreciate
Ours
it
too.
100%.
No,
Like,
for real.
seriously.
I gotta come out, take a few pictures of your
your
stuff,
work.
man, so
Please
we
do.
can make sure we put it on our page and promote you, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
for
I
sure.
appreciate
Check
that.
it out one more time. Drop that handle.
Handle IG at JB3Paints. You can catch me online at ugawd.com, UGAWD.com. Find me on Etsy as well as JB3Paints or ugawd.
There you go.
Thank you.
Support young
Thank
black
y'all.
business.
Hey.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
But we are teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters. But we are here to bring the truth with that they have a problem. And we running from hell.
You guys gotta use the mic.
Y'all gotta share that mic.
Yeah. The mic. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see. We gonna share.
we a podcast called Two Dudes and a Chick, and let's get started, man.
Okay.
First of all, what's up, brothers? Introduce yourself.
My name is Eddie from Lotta ENT. Yeah. It's Lotta Worldwide, Mateo.
And what do you guys do?
We got a streetwear clothing brand based in the Bay Area, but especially in San Francisco.
Okay.
And then we branched out to a media company as well called Lotta NT.
Okay, so y'all the ones with the
Oh,
rainbow.
the LO.
Yeah, the LO.
I seen it on the
Okay,
shorts
that's
and
what's up,
everything.
man.
Yeah, I know about y'all.
Yeah.
How y'all get up in that?
Like how we started?
Yeah, how y'all started. Tell me about y'all journey.
Well, shit, like I started when I was 16 in high school. You know what I mean? So I'm 18. So, you know what I mean? Having that young hustler
Hold
kind of
on.
mindset.
You
18? That's I was gonna say the same thing.
You 18 with your own clothing brand?
That's pretty nice.
Hey, that's impressive, bruh. Yeah,
Right on.
congrats.
Kudos.
Yeah,
So,
right on.
so keep going, my bad. I hate to cut you
Yeah,
off, but that was
yeah,
impressive,
yeah.
man. I get inspired from you young dogs, blood. See, I'm an OG, man. I'm 36. So to see somebody
young,
18, hell nah. To see somebody 18 getting it in, that's dope, man. But
That's
my
really
bad.
dope.
But speak on your journey, man. How you get started?
Yeah, so, you know, we had like a passion, you know. So Lotta, which Lotta means is struggle in Italian. So, you know, the whole reason we wanted to do it is to express the people's struggles throughout clothing. You know, we seen an opportunity, you know, having connections like with like screen printing, you know, all those connections with like embroidery and all that. And we figured, you know, we could spread messages through clothing. You know, and the whole reason we wanted to do that is because when I was in high school, I seen a lot of people following the wrong direction. Everybody wants to be a cool kid, wants to be, you know, that person that got the swag, but like, you know, you gotta create your own wave, you know what I mean? So I started a brand, which I created my own wave. And then, you know, it built tension because it was a movement, you know, representing a positive thing.
Okay.
And that's what I love to do.
Is it just for men or is it for women?
Yeah,
Everybody?
It's a unisex. It's for everybody.
Okay.
That's what's up, man.
That's tight.
And where can we find your stuff at?
You can find it at lottaworldwide.com and Lotta Worldwide on Instagram. But then, like, a year later, I met up with my cousin, and then we started a media company called Lotta NT, and then he could talk about it a little more.
I ain't gonna front. Yo, you look like a gangster, dog. You look
Hey,
like.
he do.
You got the pinky ring.
Hey, he do.
Hey, once you said Italian, I'm like, man, you look like
Okay.
you
Italian.
You're not
You not
Italian?
Italian? What are you?
We Mexican and Guatemalan.
Oh, okay, man. You just look like one of them.
Either way, you look
You're
like
one
a
of them
pimp,
gangsters.
gangster.
like, yeah, like
Look
you
like
be ready-
somebody I don't want to cross.
Straight up.
Nah, I'm friendly. Get to
Okay,
know
all
me,
right.
man. Like,
All
it's good,
right.
it's good.
You know what I'm saying? The whole image of you got me nervous. So you say we cool, we good. Let's
We
get in there.
Hey, but I'm not 18. I'm 21, man.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
getting there, man. But
Speak
I've
on-
always been a businessman, you know what I mean? So I started with like car washes and stuff, and like it's just always been about like my dream and being proactive all the time. But my cousin said, like, we linked up a year ago, and like we came a long way till now. So it's just been a journey, and what we do primarily is music videos, but like interviews, stuff like this, podcasts. We about the people, so we do community givebacks to community.
Tell us about your give back. What type of give backs you guys
Well,
do?
we started off last Thanksgiving. And
Okay.
you know, his mom makes food, my mom makes bomb-ass food, so
Probably really good too.
hell yeah. We had chicken. We had community members come with us too, and they brought their own food. Taquitos, like tacos, hard taco.
I love a good
yeah.
taco.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we... chicken, like the soul food in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, for
Maybe
real.
next time y'all could come through.
For
You know
real,
what I mean?
though.
Straight up.
I don't cook, so.
I need to send you over to mama house and learn some recipes. Straight up.
That's really dope.
So y'all expanding from just doing clothes to like incorporating digital media and all that now then, huh?
Yeah, so like the whole reason we did that, you know, is we first like found the core value of why we started. So,
Right.
you know, we followed that. So, you know, it's about supporting the people. So we wanted to support the people with clothing, and we wanted to support the people with media. So that's the thing we just follow our dreams with.
What's the most recent video you guys did? So I can check out
Well,
your.
we actually just shot a video last night.
Oh, for real? For
Oh,
real?
serious?
For KE.
Okay.
He's a upcoming artist in San Francisco. He's from Sunnydale. He's like that's the hood out there in San Francisco.
So y'all produced the whole video?
We shot the video, so you know we directed it, we shot it, and then we put the edits in, and then
When can we look out for it?
maybe like in a week or two.
No pressure, no pressure. I know y'all just shot it and everything, but I'm just saying, like, my whole thing is I want people to check your art. I want people to go in there and see y'all and what y'all about and what y'all bring into the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can find all our music videos on YouTube, Lotta ENT, and you can.
Are you saying Lotti?
Lotta.
Lotta, like
Lotta
Exactly.
ENT. Lotta Entertainment.
I seen the shorts with like different colors, right?
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. I seen that, man. Y'all
Yeah,
got some dope gear.
we on YouTube tonight just to see what it do. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Look out for cool videos. What we do primarily in our videos, we have our clothing brand like the LOTTA.
Oh, you have it all throughout.
On the artist that's
dope.
performing.
That's so smart.
That's real, right?
That's so smart. Like, hey, we'll produce your video. You got to wear the shirt though.
We got wardrobe for you.
All in one package.
That's dope.
So like I said, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Drop y'all handles one more time.
No, you said YouTube. Do you guys have IG?
Oh yeah, IG is Lotta Worldwide. This is how it's pronounced, Lotta Worldwide.
Lotta Worldwide.
And do you guys have a store, or is it online strictly right now?
Yeah, store. Well, our other Instagram, before we get into that, was Lotta ENT. So check us out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other mentions, like you can find our clothing. We're like trying to build, but we have our clothing in 4 stores in San Francisco. And then we have an online store at lottaworldwide.com.
What 4 stores they can find you? I want people to know everything about y'all. What 4 is it?
All right, bet. We had True SF on Haight Street.
Okay.
We on Everyday Skateboarding on the Fillmore.
Okay.
We had it's on 24th Street. I forgot the name of the brand.
It's all good. I know I'll put you on the spot.
No, it's the other one. And then I got it at Adam's Family on Geneva.
There you go.
So many spots you can't even remember.
Yeah, for real.
That's nice.
At 18.
At 18.
At 18, man. There you go. Lotto
Nice.
clothing.
18.
I want to say a little quote before I head out.
Go ahead.
It's your world, baby.
I want to give a little motivation to the youngins and to the people, just trying to get up off their feet. We fall down 8 times and we get up 7 times. So, if you could look up, you could get up, baby.
There you go. These some young fly brothers too, man. I need y'all to go check their IGs, check out their store, check out everything they got, man. They bringing it.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all for coming through and appreciate y'all.
Real rap.
All right, so this is the wrap up after the wrap up.
The wrap up after the wrap up.
Yeah, wrap up after everybody crashed our wrap up.
This trap
the people
art
they want to come talk to 2 dudes in a chick.
Hey, this trap art been real dope, man.
Was
This
nice.
is a dope experience for us. And once again, we appreciate Trap Art for just tapping us on the shoulder. We new to the game, so we appreciate the exposure from Trap Art and everything. Nobody expected this, dog.
No.
We was speaking positively about this, but I think it exceeded all our expectations.
It was dope.
Yeah.
I look forward to doing it again.
Hell yeah. I said, man, anybody got anything else they want to say?
Nope. Tune in. Thanks for tuning in.
Long night ahead of us, but I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, 2 dudes and a chick. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Here, get closer. Get closer so you don't have to be all uncomfortable. Turn your chair a little bit. I want to see you. You are very tall.
Y'all ready?
Are we on?
We on.
What's going on, man? Welcome to 2 Dudes and a Chick. It's your boy Priest D.
Oh, this Dr. IJ.
I'm Tiffany. Oh, we got some music.
We got a special guest up in here. We got King Tahoe. King Tahoe, what's up, man? How you feeling?
What's going on? I'm feeling blessed. How are you?
Man, I'm doing real good, man. Tell me, are you from Tahoe?
Nah, I'm from Oakland.
Where the name King
where the
Tahoe
name
come
from, man?
Yeah, I always have to tell the story.
You know you're gonna tell this story.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when I seen. I was like, man, a cat from Tahoe in the town.
Nah, so when I was young, wild. I mean, I'm young still.
Well, so you still look young.
When I was younger, teens and stuff, I had a thing for Caucasian women.
Okay.
Hello. Tell the truth.
Okay.
Around the way, they have a term for Caucasian women.
Snow bundles. Yeah.
It's an abundant amount of snow in Tahoe. And
Okay.
the king part, I believe we're all kings and queens until we prove ourselves otherwise.
Absolutely.
So, royalty regardless is what I push.
Okay, man, I'm feeling that, man. I ain't mad at the bunnies, man. Me personally, I ain't never had no bunny, man. I missed my opportunity to have a bunny, man.
You know, stay with the Browns.
Am I missing anything?
Nah, stay with the mother.
Well, he said that he used to be into them.
Okay,
so that's
okay.
changed.
All right. I didn't catch that used to be. And you said we gonna rock it out. I'm gonna claim it, Tahoe Joe. We gonna rock that out. I ain't mad at that.
That is so funny.
What's up with the hair, man? Tell me about that, man. I'm digging it, but I need to know the story behind the hair.
Right.
Hey, I ain't got the guts to go like that. You feel me? So
I've been doing this for like 10 years. I've been dyeing my hair since I was like a freshman in high school.
Oh,
Just doing
okay.
it different. Like I used to rock the high tops and all that. Just like everything kids like my age wasn't doing.
You was doing it.
Yeah. So then once they caught on to that, I would ask my mom because my mom was born in the 70s. She was raised up in the 80s and the 90s. So she put me on a flavor from back then. So she was like, dye your hair, blah blah blah, this and that. So I was like, all right. So I'm a Gemini. So it's just my duality. There's always two sides of me.
Okay.
So
So for the people, his hair is split down the middle, blonde on one side, dark on the other side. Two-tone Tahoe.
With the
boy got names.
With the Mars Blackman glasses on. Wait, what's his name? I got the wrong name. Yeah, that was whatever.
I ain't mad at that, man. Hey, I hit you up earlier on IG, man. I was telling you, you said something that hit home, man. I'm gonna mess it up, but when I heard it, I was like, damn, that's dope. You said, I know I got the product, I just need the placement.
Oh yeah, I know I got product. I just gotta get to some placement. Yeah.
Man, that's hard, man. Cause being an up and coming podcast, I mean, we came out and was booming from the gate, getting a lot of downloads, a lot of love, and got introduced to come here to be media. But I feel the same way. But I want to see how you feel about it, but related if we on the same page about it. Break that down.
I mean, it's just a thing of knowing that it's always gonna be some people dimming your light,
Yeah.
Always.
And you just gotta keep going with it because you got something that's worth it, but it's just you gotta show the people. I be scared to perform. I'm scared to go to events like this, and I don't know what it's about. I know I got something that I could really capitalize on if I tried, but I just gotta try.
Yeah, you know your worth.
Yeah, basically. So I just gotta broadcast myself, and then others are gonna want to broadcast it, but I gotta put that out there first.
Yeah, you say you nervous about going?
Oh, I'm always nervous.
I get it though. It's kind of like Erica, when Erica Badu, when she came out with Tyrone, she was like, "Now I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about," because you want people to love what you do.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear nothing negative about it. You just want to hear every good thing, even though there's gonna be haters out there. You just want to be great and want everybody to see your greatness. I get it.
So are you performing tonight?
I do not know as of now. I hope I am.
How long have you been doing this for?
10 years, probably taking it serious, like 5.
Okay.
Singing and rapping.
Singing and rapping.
You wanna give us a little sample? You feel me?
Singing or rapping.
I like singing.
Okay, for the lady, for the one chick in the
I
crew.
could be outnumbered though.
Nah, for the one chick in the crew.
What are you more comfortable with doing, singing or rapping?
Hey,
Where's your comfort
go
zone?
ahead. Hey, you got a bunch of ladies outside too, so go ahead, give them that good R&B.
Well, we can hear them.
Somebody gonna tune in, man. Somebody.
I wasn't nervous because of that. I was just, had to get right here.
That'll make his voice deep.
Hey, he went there with it.
Long walks on the beach.
sing whatever's on your heart.
Whatever you want to sing, bro. Yeah.
You know what I want?
Wait, while he's thinking of a song, y'all tell the people where are we? What are we doing?
Oh man, we at
Why you
TrapxArt.
think?
We at TrapxArt. We got my man King Tahoe, and we just having fun, man. We want to get him out as much as you can. So if you listen to him as a young brother out here doing this thing, and we want y'all to download. We want give him your handle real quick.
Oh, you can find me everywhere at King Tahoe. I'm everywhere like air. You did.
Hey, he got the lines from everywhere like air.
Yeah, just search King Tahoe.
You know what I want? I'm sorry. I know she said she want to give you something, but I
Let's
seen
do
on
it.
We Believe or I Believe, your new single.
Oh yeah.
You got rapping and singing in that, right?
Yeah.
So give 'em
There
that,
you
man.
go.
Pump your stuff, man. Pump your stuff.
Look, I gotta be better. I gotta impress myself. Gotta learn to be rich within in return I find wealth. Gotta stop letting pussy niggas take shots at little belts. I gotta keep balance. I gotta be challenged. It helps. I know I'm the greatest. I just have some problems explaining. I know I got product. I just gotta get to some placement. I just gotta quit on her race and I know I should chase it. I need me a lawyer that's curly hair, short and Caucasian. Cause I went into slapping the shit out of rap niggas. I was broke, but then I came up the cast as a winner. You asked how to live, but feel like the last real niggas. Lord forgive me, I'm just a human surviving Atlantic sentence. Plans for the winner, scope aiming directly at trophies. I'm most son to go, get it, you don't know me, come know me. 24 with the fro, I'm a mixture of both Cody's. I kick game, but hands on, so I'm just like a goalie.
All right.
I know how to be.
Oh.
If I could be, then you could be.
Hello.
Yeah, really. If we could be, then we could see. What they believe is make believe. Yeah, I'm a little rusty.
Damn, my nigga, there you go.
You straight, bro.
King
Yeah,
Tahoe
you
with the
straight.
dimples.
Man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you coming to our
Yeah, thank
podcast,
you.
man, sitting down, giving us a little
Our
bit
very
of your
first
time.
guest.
Our very first
Didn't
guest.
disappoint.
Nah, we appreciate it, my man.
I appreciate that, dog. We out, man. 2 twos and the chick. Once again, King Tahoe, man. Look him up. Give your handle one more time.
Everywhere, King Tahoe.
Everywhere like air.
Everywhere like air.
All right, we out. Peace. Appreciate that,
We
man.
gotta get, can we get a picture?
Yeah, yeah.